In this video, we'll be looking to find the area and perimeter of trapezoids, rhombi, and kites. So first off, let's look at the trapezoid. The area formula for a trapezoid is the height of the trapezoid, which once again is perpendicular to the bases, times base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. If you look at just this piece here, this is actually the formula for the mid-segment of the trapezoid that we learned about a couple weeks ago. So really, it's just the height times the mid-segment, which is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. So let's try this out and see how we do. Let's go ahead and find the area and the perimeter of the trapezoid. So the formula is the height times base 1 plus base 2 over 2. We know the height is 8, so 8 times base 1, which is 14, plus 26 divided by 2. Now you could have done 26 plus 14, it's the same thing. So this equals 8 times 40 over 2, which equals 320 divided by 2, which is an area of 160 meters squared. This part's asking for the perimeter. Notice this is an isosceles trapezoid because the legs are congruent. So if I drop another altitude here, another height, I know that's going to be 8. Now, from here to here, it's got to be 14 because it's 14 up here. And 26 minus 14 gives me 12. So this piece and this piece has to share 12, so half of 12 is 6 and 6. Let's go ahead and do the Pythagorean theorem now to find our missing side. So 6 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. 36 plus 64 equals c squared. 100 equals c squared, and the square root of 100 is 10 and 10. So the perimeter will be 14 plus 10 plus 26 plus 10, which gives me a total of 60 meters. All right, this one's a little different because I'm not starting with my height. Try to pause the video and try to find the height on your own. All right, let's see how you did. We have a right triangle, so the Pythagorean theorem is acceptable. So 9 squared plus the height squared equals 15 squared. 81 plus the height squared equals 225. Subtract the 81. So h squared equals 144, and the square root of that is 12. So the formula is 12, which is the height, times 16, plus the whole base, which is 27, divided by 2. So 12 times 43 divided by 2. Plug that in your calculator. 12 times 43 divided by 2 gives you an answer of 258 feet squared. All right, let's look at another trapezoid here. What type of trapezoid is this, first off? Well, it's isosceles because the legs are congruent. And I have a 30, 60, 90 triangle here. You're starting with the 90 side, and you need to go ahead and find the 30. And if you remember, to go from the 90 side to the 30 side, you have to divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now to go from the 30 to the 60 side, you have to multiply by square root of 3. So 2 square root 3 goes there. If you drop your other height over here, you know this piece will be 2, and this piece here is 6. So the formula is height, so 2 root 3, times base 1, which is 6, plus base 2, which is 10, all divided by 2. So 2 root 3 times 16 divided by 2. 2 times 16 is 32 divided by 2 is 16 root 3 for the area of that trapezoid. So make sure you know your 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90 triangles for this. All right, so let's say the carpet I like to use costs $250 per square foot, and this is my room. I want to recarpet it. So I need to find the square footage, how much area is involved here. So the height, 23, times base 1 plus base 2 over 2 to find the area. So 23 times 29 plus 42 divided by 2 gives me an area of 816.5 square feet. And since it's $250 per square foot, I just multiply this number by $2.50. So this room will cost me $2,000, $2,041.25 to recarpet. It's a pretty big room. All right, let's look at the area of a rhombus now. The formula for the area of the rhombus is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Notice this does not say plus. It's diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Notice also that in a rhombus, the diagonals are perpendicular, so they make right angles with each other. So in theory, I could use the Pythagorean theorem. So let's say this piece is 5 and this piece is 5. This piece is 6. Well, what would this be? Well, it's got to be 6 because the diagonals bisect each other. So all of diagonal 1 is 10 times all of diagonal 2, which is 12, divided by 2. So notice I'm not adding, but I'm multiplying. So 120 divided by 2 equals 60. So that would be the area of this rhombus. You could also go and find the perimeter. You would use the Pythagorean theorem to find your missing side. All right, so here we have a word problem. For every word problem, you should start by writing the formula for the shape that it's talking about. So it's talking about the area of a rhombus. So area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 over 2. Now instead of A, I can say 54 equals 1 diagonal is 12 times the other diagonal divided by 2. You can always get rid of the denominator by multiplying it to the other side. And then you divide both sides by 12. So the second diagonal is 9 meters. So every time there's a word problem, please make sure you write the formula out. All right, one more shape, the kite. The area formula for the kite is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 over 2. Oh, this looks familiar. This looks just like the rhombus formula because it's the same formula because both these shapes form right angles in the middle. That's why we have the same formula there. So let's find the area and perimeter of this kite. If this is 8, then this piece also has to be 8 because the smaller diagonal is bisected by the larger. So we can find the area real quick. This whole diagonal is 8 plus 8, so 16, times 6 plus 15 is 21, divided by 2. So once I do that arithmetic, I find that the area is 168. Now let's go ahead and find the perimeter. So I got to find all these missing sides. Pythagorean theorem, 6 squared plus 8 squared, tells me that this is 10 and this is 10. Run the Pythagorean theorem here, 8 squared plus 15 squared, and you get 17. You should be able to do that now. So the perimeter is 54. All right, I want you to pause the video and try to find the area on your own for this one. All right, let's see how you did. So we got a right angle here. We run the Pythagorean theorem, and we say 12 squared plus x squared equals 15 squared. So 144 plus x squared equals 225. Subtract the 144, so you get x squared equals 81. The square root of 81 is 9 and 9. So diagonal 1 is 8 plus 12, 20, times 9 plus 9, which is 18, divided by 2. When I do that, I get 180. So hopefully you're able to get there. All right, so make sure you do your homework and that you practice the area of trapezoids, rhombi, and kites. Have a great day.